Do you know what's the best part about collecting watches? Well, every now and then you get to try a new watch brand and experiment with their watch. In fact, you will almost stumble upon a new watch micro brand every other month. Well, that wasn't the case a few years ago, but that's changed the global perspective now with so many watch brands popping up all across the world. One such Hong Kong-based watch brand was on my radar for a couple of years, and then one day I finally decided to hop on the train which took me to the destination called Phoibos. Well, they started in 2016 with the idea to use only vetted Swiss or Japanese movements in their watches, and that's what they have been doing. So let's try to rip apart their logo, which is an octopus, which is symbolic of their diving watches and the kind of design inspiration they take from the ocean. And then you can also see the 3 stars below that octopus, which represent novelty, durability, and versatility. It's really important to paint the canvas to get a sense of what they are actually doing and engulf yourself in the journey of the watch brand that you are interacting with. Well, nothing more to say about the history of the brand or the legacy that comes with it, because they are pretty new to the scene and their idea is to just make some really good watches. That's it. So what's the fuss all about? Are these any good, or they are bad, or do they look ugly, or have they actually made something really impressive? Let's find out. One look through their website and you can already see that Phoibos has stitched an entire range of watches starting from $240 that goes all the way up to $600. But I think that the sub $400 range is the place where there is more attraction between the buyers, and that's where they would want to buy the most number of watches, at least from a micro brand. Quickly subscribe and hit the notification bell so that I can make some amazing watch reviews for you to see. So let's ride the boat and start our journey with the Phoibos Eagle Ray GMT. And that is one angry fish lingering in the depths of the ocean. This dive watch is made to reside in the deep blue ocean with a wee bit of functionality when you surface. The box here is nicely done with padded finish all over with this neat blue stitching and the branding atop in blue as well. As you flip this open, the paperwork will tumble down even before you can take your first glance at the watch. This angry Eagle Ray in red dial, which almost turns black as we go deeper on the sides, is a beauty to look at. First and foremost, you have 4 other colors to choose from, including a white, a blue, a black, and an awesome orange dial. The coin-edged bezel almost reminds me of an Oris Big Crown, but the inner part of the bezel here is curved than being flatter. The design cues here also put the legend diver in my hindsight with the dual crowns present here. Let me get you into the specifics in a bit. While I wallow at the dial to admire the burgundy, the indices here are circular dots with syringe-shaped hands complemented well with a GMT hand to track a second time zone here. Nice work with the metal edged date window at 3 p.m. The actual movable bezel here is black and can be found inside the dial, which is sloping inwards with a 24-hour functionality. The case again has matte finish on the sides and polished finish on the bezels, while all of this is in 316L stainless steel. One look at the case and you can see this is mid-sized with 41 mm width, and this is 47 mm tall and just 10.5 mm thick. The crystal on this one is double domed sapphire glass with 3 layers of anti-reflective coating just on the underside. I mean, it's good to have anti-reflective coating, but I think it's a wee bit more popularized rather than the actual functionality of it, and it shines and reflects too much sometimes, and I don't like it that much. The bezel here, which is the exciting part, is bi-directional as you can see, and can be used by the upper crown here, which is again screwed down for better water resistance. The second crown again is screwed down, so unscrew it first. Once done, pull it out in the first position, turn the crown forward to change the date. Moving the crown anti-clockwise will help you set the time for your secondary time zone. Now pull the crown gently again and rotate it anti-clockwise to set the time correctly here, while you can also see the hacking function being active, but that's because it's a quartz. Remember? You can almost feel the knurlings on both the crowns, which is not too rough, but not very polished and refined either. The watch here has a crazy water resistance of 300 meters, so you can wear it pretty much anywhere. This Eagle Ray feels really well built, but not too heavy, with just only 85 grams of weight. It is really comfortable to wear, and I personally don't like very heavy watches. For reference, I have a wrist size here of 7 inches, so you can see how well this one fits. The strap is again built with black tropical rubber, which will actually be functional in warmer and tropical climates, and is punched with holes to keep things airy and breathable. Quality wise, it is pretty good and looks heavy duty, while the buckle here is in silver matte finish. Okay, so I'm done fiddling with the watch. So let's look at the polished case back, which reflects almost everything. To use the GMT properly, you can also find the time zone list to refer at times that you want to track. The movement that's lurking behind here is a Swiss quartz caliber in the form of Ronda 515-24H. Now Ronda, as a watch parts manufacturer, has a 75-year history, so I can say that it is a decent quartz setup. Now, if you are planning to dive into the darker depths of the ocean, you might also need a good lume, which is 12 layers of BGW9 Superluminova here on the hands, indices and the bezel markings. And I have to say that for $200, this is a pretty good quality watch to acquire. Well, that's just 16,000 rupees after a good discount that I got on their website. Now, certainly you will find a lot of elements here that corroborate the idea of buying this particular watch, especially at this price. The competition here comes in the form of Timex Marlin Automatic, which has to be easily the biggest blockbuster hit of 2024. You can also opt for the Sujes 1780, which I just got to review very recently, and its review would be out very soon. And this is a pretty good watch again to buy at this price. And then how can you forget another micro brand in the form of Spinnaker, where you have the Hull Diver and the Flus Automatic competing with this Phoibos. You can also go local than going global, because Titan has some really good options in the form of Calum and Luna Sun and Moon that you could buy. And then on the far west of the spectrum is the Mr. Jones watches, with their Night Howl actually competing for a spot with this one. It is slightly more expensive, but a very unique proposition and design from this UK-based brand. Phoibos comes as a full package, and I am really impressed with the quality and functionality that comes on this Eagle Ray GMT. In fact, the final blow is dealt with the awesome pricing for this particular watch. So I ordered this watch from their website, and I got two things. One is a discount of $40, and the second thing is I got saved from paying any customs. Guess I got lucky. So would you give this brand a try? By the way, what are you wearing today?